Welcome to the following presentation of Minor League Esports on the MLE Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Minor League Esports. This broadcast right here brought to you by APM Music. I am Lychee, and for the first time on the main stream, I am joined by the Canadian sensation himself, Maple. How goes it, my friend?
You know what, Lychee? I couldn't be any better, buddy, to be here with you today. The guy that really got me solidly interested in casting and whatnot, between you and Lars, actually. And I am just so stoked for some awesome gameplay today, some good 2s and 3s. And it's Father's Day, and it's been a great day with my family as well. And I hope it was a good day with you and yours.
It was, yeah. Thank you. And same to you as well. I just got back from some burgers with the family,
nice.
So I'm full of good food, and I am ready to be filled with some fantastic Rocket League. Speaking of fantastic Rocket League, Mr. Maple, we have got a showdown between the Elite and the Demolition here. It is a Champion League showdown, and it's one that is a little bit closer to the bottom of the table. If we look at the numbers here, Demolition are sitting third in their division rank, or in their division rather. Elite, unfortunately, at the bottom of their own division, sitting fourth. And if we look at the overall standings in the Orange Conference, out of 16 total teams, the Demolition are 12th and the Elite are 15th. So things looking real rough. I don't have inanimate J-brain, so I don't have the ability to instantly tell you mathematically what these teams' situations are in terms of playoff qualifications, but at the very least, I can tell you that it is looking a little grim.
It is looking a little grim. You know what? You brought out some great information. You don't need Jay's brain. Your brain is awesome enough. But I can tell you that the Demolition right now are 12 games back of a wildcard spot, and it looks like the Elite are sitting 20 games back. So, you know, as we head into divisional matchups, maybe there's some potential for one of these two teams to make it, but this is going to be an intense hill to climb. So I'm interested to see. We've got Sodomi and Peyton in for the demo, and for the Elite, we'll have Anti and Fallen Autumn. And interestingly enough, on the Elite side, the two guys that are playing don't find themselves in the leaderboard, kind of in the top on their team for MVPR or goals or anything like that. But for the Demolition, we've got Peyton, who actually averages 2 goals a game. And, you know, these two are kind of the Demolition's, what it looks like to be their number one lineup. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to go. I think statistically we're favoring the Demolition, but I suppose we'll find out as time goes on here.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's been a while since I've been in the Champion League level. I actually just rudely got an invitation to rejoin Champion League because I've been doing so poorly in Master League. But I'm not taking the easy way out. I'm gonna fight it out in Master League. But Champion League is near and dear to my heart. It is where I started out here in the wonderful world of minor league esports, and we have some solid players. Sodomi specifically, I know, is just an absolute gem of a human being, running 4-man sessions with him a few seasons ago. Absolute blast to play alongside, and I'm sure he's just as good of a teammate to everybody on the Demolition as he was to me in those random 4-man lobbies. Maple, we have got 5 minutes up on this clock, and you mentioned it before, Sodomi and Peyton for the Demolition in green, going up against the Elite, comprised of Fallen Autumn and Anti. Let's get this game underway.
Sounds wonderful to me. And I think we're in for a real treat here, Lychee, as the game gets underway, and already the Elite are pushing the Demolition just a little bit.
Fallen Autumn. Pinch off that side wall. Sodomi will knock it across to Peyton. That was a decent pass, but Peyton's shot slightly wide. Probably credited more towards a corner pass than anything else here. Peyton turning around leaving that to the nose of Fallen Autumn, but couldn't quite get control of this. Sodomi, patient on the wall, waiting for this one to come down. A great option there, looking for this solo flick. Beats one. Fallen Autumn, the last person to beat, but Anti coming in with that stop. Excellently stopped and patiently dealt with, might I add, from both teams.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with the patience that we've been seeing, and I'm glad you brought that up, because neither team has been kind of diving in or overcommitting, and kind of the first game of a league play, we tend to see that. So far it's been some good, thoughtful play, no real hugely dangerous chances. Ooh. And as I say that, Sodomi mishandles that ball a little bit and nearly ends up causing an own goal.
That was a very risky style of defending to go with, but the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. We had a moment like that on the Saturday's broadcast, so it is what it is. As long as the ball doesn't go in, we take those as the generic, the cliched Rocket League saying goes. Sodomi rolling it all the way back into his own half, dealing with this off the back wall. Peyton, a minor double commit, but didn't really get pulled too far out of position, so not the biggest deal in the end. Fallen Autumn out there over into the corner. Sodomi looking to catch this, gain control, still has this nice and tight to the ball. Does get beaten over the top of him, though. I will say, for Champ League players, both of these teams are really good at controlling the ball next to them. The Demo much more so, I'll say, than the Elite, and I think it paid off here.
It really did. Sodomi, I have to think that was absolutely on purpose. Sodomi comes out to get a bump on the last Elite defender, and because of that bump, that ball just trickles into the net, and already we've seen 1-0. But I agree with you. I think the ball control so far has been much better coming in from the Demo. But as I say that, Anti capitalizes on a Demo player sitting and waiting for the ball to come to them, gets into the air and punches that into the net, and it's already a tie game here with about half the game already over.
Little bit too patient there, Maple. I just finished praising the patience of the Demo, and all of a sudden, I think, Sodomi was a little bit naive there, assuming that ball was going to come right down onto his nose unchallenged, and the Elite players proving that would very much not be the case. So now, halftime, it's 1-1 between these two teams. Sodomi, pass over to Peyton, trying to knock it across. Sodomi with the shot opportunity. It's a good shot, but an even better save from Fallen Autumn to keep it out of the back of the net. Only about 2 minutes left in this game one, and we are tied up. A very competitive fixture.
It has been an extremely competitive fixture, and a few little mechanical mistakes here coming out from the Demo, and that's something we're not seeing as much coming out from the Elite. And, it's... The Demo have already got 5 shots, Peyton having 4 of those, but the saves that are coming out tend to be coming from the Elite more than not, and there have been really quality saves. So kind of curious to see if the Demo are going to show their prowess and their capability here and start pushing a little bit more as we start to see game speed ramp up a little bit, Leachy.
Sodomi coming around on this one, actually thinking better of it. Letting the Elite sort their nonsense out in the backfield. A slow shot, easily saved, but a necessary one from Anti. All of a sudden starting a counterattack for the Elite. Can he get a touch on this one? It's an awkward one, but does enough to beat Sodomi. Luckily for the Demolition, Peyton sharp on his toes there to deal with that incoming threat. Anti having another crack at this one. Plenty of boost, takes it up the wall. Half-hearted pass over to Fallen Autumn. Couldn't quite get the touch, and now both Elite players retreating. Fallen Autumn getting the save here. Sodomi keeping the ball in the Elite half. That one sent out to that left side corner for Anti. Peyton, I will say that over the past 30-40 seconds, the Demo have done a very good job of pinning the Elite back in their half, not really letting them break out. Every single time the Elite have tried for some kind of a clearing move, it hasn't really worked out. Sodomi is going to take advantage of the fact that they can't get out of their own half and score to make it 2-1.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing you were, actually, which is that we're watching the Demo, and I'm glad that they're not just trying to put the ball on net every time. They're just trying to keep it in the other zone, trying to get the Elite to make a mistake, and that's exactly what happens, right? A really good touch in, and then Sodomi is able to capitalize on that and put that off of one of the posts and into the net, and the Demo regain their lead. Only 30 seconds left. Not a lot of time. The Elite really need to get moving if that's what they want to do.
Peyton respawns on the side of the ball there. Anti Off the back wall. Sodomi looking for the clearance. One to beat. Beats him, has an open road to goal. Can Antti get in the way? He can just in time. It may be too little, too late. It will indeed. Goal number 3 for the Demo puts game number 1 out of reach for the Elite.
It really does. With 8 seconds left, there's no dice on this one at all. And you know what? A really good play here. Sodomi with fantastic car control. And Peyton comes in to clean up that goal that's left right in front. Antti has absolutely no chance there. He's caught flat-footed. And really good start here for the Demo. The last couple of minutes have been a little bit better as the feeling out period's sort of ending. So I think game 1, going to the Demo is kind of what we expected, Leachy. But I do think that the Elite showed that they've got some ability. They just need to kind of push a little harder and not bump into each other as often.
Yeah, a little bit more positional organization would definitely do them better. I mean, it would do every team in the world better, but especially especially the Elite right here, since they're the ones we're highlighting tonight. Demolition, quite simply did a very good job of, like I was saying earlier, keeping the pressure on the Elite. 6 shots alone coming from Peyton, and Sodomi absolutely relentless, maybe not with the shots, but 2 assists to his name, 1 goal, and constantly knocking the ball up around the goal with those kind of corner passes, trying to loop it around for Peyton to pull off one of those many shots. It's exhausting, and the Elite need to find a way to break that cycle, and I think a little bit more positional organization and just better communication when it comes to their rotation may be the key difference here. It's only game 1. There's still plenty of time. The important thing is not to get too inside your own head. Recognize the mistakes, correct for them, and go about your day.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? The mental game of Rocket League is actually so important, and it's definitely going to be here too. Fallen Autumn and Antti certainly have the skill, and that's why they're here. And we've seen, they had some good plays, some good shots, some good passes. They just need to have that positional organization that you talked about, and we might see a different result here in game 2 as we get underway.
That's up high. Antti. Down to Sodomi. Awkward ball in that top corner area, but it does wind up getting knocked out eventually. Antti retreating back, gets the full boost as well. Sodomi 0 boost, so his attempt will be thwarted quite simply there by Antti. Pass/shot in the mid. Actually gets a decent dunk on Peyton, but Fallen Autumn was deleted off of the field, so didn't really have anybody to back him up there. Off this side. Sodomi. Oh, wide open. Yet another positional situation for the Elite that the Demo are able to capitalize on.
Yeah, so right here, Fallen Autumn hits that ball, and by the time that he gets to the ground, I don't know that, I'd honestly am not sure how much boost he had, but he kind of stays there. I think he gets caught ball watching for a second, and as a result, Antti is not going back either, not expecting to need to be the first person to go back, and that goal is certainly a misplay taking advantage of a misplay, by the Demo, and here we are, 1-0, 4 minutes left though, lots of time left if the Elite want to push hard and want to try and get into this.
Sodomi down the line, great stop by Antti. Plenty of boost. Misses contact in the air. No big deal. That's what teammates are for. Fallen Autumn will clean this up. Sodomi retreating back. Awkward situation. Never really the spot you want to be in, rotating ball side on defense, but was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Oh, dangerous between Peyton and Sodomi. That very much could have resulted in a pinched own goal there, but luckily for them, the physics engine decided otherwise. Peyton coming in. Great spot. That one's rolling very slowly towards an open Demo goal, and Fallen Autumn will take advantage. It's back tied up.
You know what? A really good play here, and I think Fallen Autumn was actually running short on boost. Looks like he didn't have much there, but opts to get into that pinch with Sodomi, put that ball in to tie the game up, and this is what I was hoping for. It is an exciting back and forth game, Leachy, and it's been really good so far.
Oh, Sodomi. Wow. Beautiful kickoff goal. Quite simply beating the Elite to this ball. Great control. Still has the ball within his sphere of influence, per se. Knew that he could get to that ball first. Great flick over the opponent. Great second goal and great 1-goal lead here in Game 2. The even greater thing, I should say, Maple, is that we've still got 3 minutes left in Game 2. There is so much time for even more action.
Oh, there's tons of time for more action. And Fallen Autumn, when he goes up here, hits a banger off of his wall. Too bad it wasn't just aimed upfield a little bit more, but we'll have to see what's going on. Fallen Autumn looks like he's taking a few more chances here, and I really don't mind that. I think aggressiveness is good, and he seems to be fairly assertive in the moves that he's making. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is going to pay off or not, and see if the Elite are going to be able to pull this one back, kind of like they did when they were down by 1 before.
Over to Sodomi. Difficult spot there. Well saved away. Ante handing that off to Fallen Autumn. Not turning. Oh, actually, didn't need to turn quickly enough because this one is wide open off of that late 50 there. Ante chasing this. Shot on target. Simple save for Peyton. Gets knocked away to the other side of the pitch. Ante, great back pass. You never see that enough in any league. Okay, maybe PL is the exception there. What a shot by Peyton across the direction of momentum of that ball, and Ante was still able to stand up super tall to make that stop. Very impressive that players have reaction time and just the general mental wherewithal to make stops like that. I'm always flabbergasted whenever I see stuff.
I am too. You know, the mechanical skill that we're seeing from these players is pretty incredible. And a great pass out by Fallen Autumn here off the back wall. And Ante makes absolutely no mistake and no error by punching that ball into the net. And this is a tie game, Leachy, with only, 101 seconds left to go, buddy.
Did you really do that math in your head? 40?
I did.
Because that's 40 in a minute, 60, 101. Wow. You're good. I'm
not
speechless.
Bad, right?
You're good. No, not at all. You got an anime J brain. I'm going to start calling him Maple Brain. Mamma mia.
I absolutely love it. I appreciate the compliment.
Peyton. Simple clearance out. To the back of Ante. Ooh, double commit for the demo. Want to reduce that. Especially having your teammate just kind of punt it out of the way there. Peyton, waiting patiently, very close to the play. Couldn't get much of a touch on it. Didn't matter because Sodomi sure did. 3-2.
Yeah, and so Fallen Autumn here gets a poor touch off the back of their car when he's on this back wall there, and unfortunately it pops out. He's not able to get back to it, and an absolute beautiful capitalization on another mistake. And here we go again with the demo just being patient and being in the right place at the right time. And this goes back to that positional organization that you were talking about between games 1 and 2, and that is ultimately what's given the demo the lead here so far, or given the demo the lead again here in game 2.
Cleared away very long by Peyton. Fallen Autumn, dangerous spot to clear that ball, but I guess he'll rack that up as a pass. This one's out. Sodomi, another patient play. This one might pay off if he can gain control of this ball, and does. The bump to the right side of your screen. You saw that, ladies and gentlemen. Open this wide open for Sodomi to walk it into the back of the field. What a play there on that right side by Peyton.
Oh, that was huge. And then kind of the interesting flip over and then bang it into the net. You know what? I think the demo know that this one is in the books already. I don't want to curse anybody or anything like that, Leachy, but with only 30 seconds left and the way this game's been going, it's going to be really tough for the Elite, the way they're playing, to try and score 2 goals in the next now 15 seconds.
Peyton, backflip save. Out to his right side. Clears this long. More time the ball spends in the air, the more boost. Wow, the Elite need to spend to getting to that. Peyton didn't need to score this. He just felt like doing it and increasing the goal lead here to 3. What a solo effort at that near post.
Well, the demo know that goal differential matters and tiebreakers and such, and so you know what? You want to get as many goals as possible, and that's exactly what they do here. And now a 3-goal lead with only 2 seconds left. Oh, man, the goal line and the clock make that last save for the Elite and keep it a 3-goal game as the demo take a 2-0 series lead, Leachy, and they now are putting the Elite on match point.
I'm not sure what to point at anymore because the other than the fact that the Demolition have simply been the more solid team, and you could probably point to that given both of these teams' positions, within their respective divisions, but I would say more importantly within the conference overall, because they don't have the most shiny, they don't have the shiniest of positions in their respective divisions. But Demolition being 3 spots higher than the Elite in the Orange Conference, yes, they are towards the bottom of the table, but I think we're starting to see even something as small as a 3-spot difference. This is kind of the difference that you can see. 5 shots each for both demo players. Sodomi didn't record a single save because he was busy banging them in. 4 goals out of those 5 shots. The Elite, I mean, they had 6 shots of their own, but they just, I don't know, they simply weren't able to capitalize as much as the demo were. I'm not quite sure where, for me personally, maybe you have some different notes, but I'm not quite sure where to direct the Elite from this point on.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think it's stuff that we've been discussing, right? They need to get the rotation down a little bit better, maybe some better communication, because I feel like that's largely what this is. But to be fair, the demo are doing, following their namesake. They've been getting some really good demos off, and I think that's part of it, right? Playing that physical game in Rocket League is extremely important, and that is what's kind of leading that. Well, that's what led to the game win there for the demo, and I think it played a huge part in that so far in the entire series.
Corner pass there for the Elite. And he won't get on this one. Sodomi might have an open goal if he can direct this follow-up on target, which he can't. Didn't find that second touch there, and Ante now looking to clear this one away. Has fallen on him on the right, but Sodomi thwarts those plans quite quickly. The second I say that, he doesn't quite get the touch he would have wanted. Nice shot, looping one from Ante, and it'll work out over the shoulder of the demo. That's 1-0.
That is a mechanical mistake that we have yet to see out of the demo. Now, I know that Peyton was backwards, and he had to turn around and try and get that save, and yes, it's a difficult save, but those are the kinds of plays that we've so far seen the demo making, and good job here by Ante to get that ball on net and make a shot, and sometimes that's what success is just getting the ball on the net. So good play here by the Elite to open up. I think this is the first time they've gotten the first goal, unless I'm wrong here, Leachy.
Listen, I've got less than goldfish brain, so I'm going to default to you on that one. We'll go with it. Oh, we're being told that Maple is correct. So Maple, there you go. Pat on the back, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh my lordy!
Wow.
What a ripper! Enough complimenting Maple. What a shot from Ante.
Yeah, Ante deserves a huge compliment here, and Sodomi with another mistake, and Ante makes no mistake of his own, pounding that ball in off a great corner pass from the other team. And this is the Elite turning the tables on the demo and now punishing them for the mistakes that they're making so far. And they've been rewarded with 2 really good and really clean goals so far.
Ante, good catch, great job keeping it close, is rewarded with continued possession as well for the Elite. The second I say that, Sodomi sends it long. Peyton. Sodomi with that wall pass. Didn't quite work out. Ante, boost and time to think about it. Peyton all the way across to the right. I will say, Maple, not a ton of extended periods of possession for either of these teams for the first half of this game. There have been moments where they decide to slow things down a little bit and maybe go for a cheeky flick play or just kind of bank on a decent 50, but overall, oh my lord, Sodomi, this is Champ League! You can't do that! What a shot!
That was unbelievable. Sodomi up, no mistake there. Flips that car over to get some more power on that ball, put it exactly into that bottom right corner, bringing the game back within 1 with about half the game left to go, and that should be looked at for play of the week, folks. If you're watching, feel free in the stream to type !POTW to find out how you can submit shots like that or any other great shots that you see in this game or any of the games today into play of the week. And as I say that, Fallen Autumn puts another one in. And Leachy, 2 goals again. Sorry, a 2-goal lead again for the Elite. and some really good pressure, they really are starting to flip the script here.
They've really been giving the Demolition a taste of their own medicine there. I mean, there was a ridiculous save across the goal line there from the Demo, and the Elite simply pounced on it. They didn't give the Demolition any room to breathe there. Decent shot there from Sodomi. Great save from Anti. It's more the same. They just, I mean, you said it perfectly. They flipped the script. The Elite are learning from what the Demo have been able to do to them and are just completely turning it on a dime, flipping it 180 and using it against their opponents to great effect. Minute 42 left, and they're still hanging on to this 2-goal lead.
They are, and just as we say that, though, Peyton with a really nice flick. However, a really good defensive play again by Anti. And you know what? We've been saying Anti's name an awful lot here, Leachy. Some really solid play. And you know what? Fallen deserves some credit, too, because he's playing well also. But, yeah, this is an entirely different Elite team. And as I say that, Fallen Autumn on a counterattack all out by himself. The only thing in front of him was the ball. And he makes no mistake, punches that into the net. A 3-goal lead with 1:18 left. And the game is far from over here, Leachy. But if things keep going the way they are and the Demo aren't able to make any adjustments, I'm not sure if the Demo are going to have the gumption to pull it back.
I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to say, for me, for the Demo rather, this game is definitely over. I think they need to start looking towards the long term, because what a turnaround here. The most drastic win that they got over the Elite, they will get a goal for free here for Sodomi. The most drastic win that they had over the Elite in this series was a 5-2. For all intents and purposes, it was pretty much a 4-2 with just some last-second Peyton, incredibleness.
Magic. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the Elite have kind of been hanging with them. They just haven't been able to deal with the Demo pressure. And, I mean, what a 180 that we've seen from the Elite. And I think this is very much going to come down, in my opinion, to whether or not the Demo can sort their stuff out. Because I don't know. They did so well in games 1 and 2. And I think this was much more of an inability to adapt to a changing opponent from the Demo in game 3, because the Elite sure as heck adapted. They were slamming their heads against the wall for games 1 and 2. Playstyle wasn't working out. Change it for game 3, and it's working like gangbusters. Demo haven't been able to figure it out. So come game 4, I think this is much more Demo's series to lose than it is the Elite series to win.
Yeah, I like the way that you put that, and actually, I think that's an accurate statement. I agree with you. And here the Elite are doing a really good job just burning some time off the clock, and I know Sodomi wants to try and get another one, but he doesn't, and the Elite pull out a 4-2 victory here. And you know what? You talked perfectly about it here just before I started talking. At the end of the day, what I think is happening here is exactly the transition, right? Or the change. Can you mold your game style? Can you change your game style to try and beat your competition? And we see this happen a lot. One team goes up by 2 and the other team starts clawing their way back, saying, okay, here's what we need to do during that 1 minute kind of time between the games. And to me, it looks like Anti and Fallen Autumn have done that, right? And it looks like Sodomi and Peyton said, oh, let's just keep doing what's working. So I need to see them make some adjustments here in game 4, Leachy, or you're right, this could end up being a reverse sweep. And I'm not going to call it that. I don't want to put any caster's curse on anybody or anything like that, but I definitely do think that Anti and Fallen Autumn have found the recipe to success here in game number 3 and potentially continuing throughout the series.
Now, here's the thing, is what in the world do the Demo change? Because they looked so good in games 1 and 2. I don't know. There's a part of me that doesn't really blame them for trying to stick with what worked in game 3.
Not at all.
What I'm more disappointed in is that they didn't adapt kind of halfway through when all of a sudden the Elite were like, hey, we're going to flip a 180 and completely change the way that we're playing. I'm not sure what the Demo do other than the obvious joke comment of score more goals, 5-head. Like, it's something a bit more cerebral needs to happen. Hey, maybe it's open demos like this. No, Peyton won't get this one because he took his sweet time shooting it on target, and I believe that was Anti with the save. Dear Lord, that was close. Demo almost got one for free, but I think, honestly, resting on their laurels a little bit. And, I mean, honestly, the Elite kind of got away with murder there.
Yeah, they did. Well, the demo are the ones doing the killing here with all the demos that we've seen throughout the game so far. That's something that we're not seeing the Elite do. So seeing the demo return to that play style, because he didn't do a lot of that in the last game, right? But just as I say, some really good play here, and Peyton is able to punch that ball in after Sodomi touches it off the wall in a really solid pass that ends up pulling Ante out of place, and a 1-0 lead for the demo here.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold that one against the Elite. It was kind of like real scrambled corner ball there, and the demo just happened to be in slightly better position. So wipe that one away. It's still play like it's still 0-0. You've got it all to play for.
It is.
Hey, guess what?
It is.
Maybe if you try hard enough, you'll bring it back within the next 10 freaking seconds. Look at that.
Oh man, Leachy, this game has just been back and forth like this has been a really exciting game. When we talk about the demo, what can they do? What can they adjust? Well, number one, demos. I think they need to stick to their namesake and keep being physical. The other thing is they just need to speed up a bit, because I think that is something that Fallen and Ante were able to do successfully in Game 3, is just outpace the demo, and I think that's part of the reason. Whoa, what a goal!
Upper 90 as heck. Look at this. The side flip here. What the angle? Bar down as well. Bar and in. Bar whatever. Frameworking in. 2-1 to the demo. Not much the Elite could do there. That was the most unlikely of angles, especially for Champion League, and they made that one work a treat. 2-1.
They did make that one work a treat. I like that. I like that saying. No, this has been good, and this is what the demo need to do. They need to pin the Elite into their zone, and they need to get the ball moving off that backboard and force the Elite to make a few mistakes. Because defensively, generally on shots, just on a single shot, the Elite always have that first save. However, and as I say that, Fallen Autumn is going to take advantage of a bit of a misposition here, I think, by Peyton. And that ball comes swinging around the net. Peyton's not able to get there in time, and Fallen Autumn post and in.
Maple, I'm going to say right now that I'll be very disappointed if we don't go to a decisive Game 5, because at this point... okay. Well, you knew it was going to happen. I'll continue my point anyway. At this point, I think the Elite have been playing well enough to deserve bringing it to Game 5 to see who takes the entire series. That, yet again, was just another unfortunate kickoff goal. I mean, the only thing you do there is have the second person not go for boost, which is unorthodox in itself when it comes to a twos kickoff play. But, I don't know. It is what it is. Good thing is, there's still 3 minutes, and Fallen Autumn and Ante are very capable of banging in some half-court cannons to bring things back level again. So we just have to wait and see.
Yep, wait and see we shall, my friend, as this game continues to tick on. But a really poor play here by Ante and a punishment by Sodomi. Ante just gets a little bit of a rough touch, and I'm not sure. Yeah, you know what? I think it was looked like there was maybe a mechanical issue. Maybe a double jump or a double touch didn't come through, but just a weird touch there and a good punish by the demo. But I agree with you. I want this to go to Game 5 and for the decision on the match, because honestly, I think the Elite are playing well, and it's been a really entertaining game.
The demo. Fallen Autumn responding eventually. All right. Halftime. And demo hanging on to twice the scoreline, or twice the amount of goals, rather, of their opponents. Oh, great opportunity. Fallen Autumn won't miss that one if you paid him to do so. 3-4. They're back within 1.
Absolutely no mistake here by Fallen Autumn, and Ante just gets in there with a really good 50 and wins that ball, and it just comes out right in front. Fallen Autumn again, no mistake, punches that in. It's a 1-goal game, 2:18 left, tons and tons of time, Leachy, but are they going to be able to do it?
Fallen Autumn overextending there on the challenge, and I think maybe getting a little bit ambitious with how much speed he could come in there, and just left it wide open for Peyton on that whiff. Did get a revenge bump out of there, but at that point it was much too late. And stop me if you heard this one before. Demo are up 2 goals. Weird.
It is weird. It is familiar. We've seen this, but that doesn't mean anything yet. There's still 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Lots and lots of time left in this game, and it'll be interesting to see. But I'm going to say this: I do think the Demo have sped up, and I think because that speed up, they're actually going faster than the Elite did in the last game, and that might be making the Elite feel a bit more uncomfortable, which is why we're seeing some of the mechanical mistakes that we are seeing out of Anti and Fallen.
Sodomi. Oh, great 50. Big fan of the 50s. Zero boost will commit to this one. Looks for the fake. Audacious, but was probably ill-fated from the very beginning. Anti. Also on zero boost, committing to this one. Picks up that penny. A great shot. Woo! Wow. I am a huge fan of people that commit to plays with zero boost and make it work. And yes, Anti did pick up this penny at the very last second, but man, was that ever needed.
Hey, listen, not to sound like some sort of weird guy, but boost is simply a crutch on which Rocket League players need or lean. No, at the end of the day, it was an excellent zero boost play. Picks up that 12 boost, which gives Anti just enough oomph to be able to make that last shot and get it over the defender. Really, really solid play. And this is the excitement of this game. Honestly, it's been so back and forth. It's like a tennis match.
Great run off the back wall. Off the back wall a second time. Autumn, great dunk. God, Ali, I love the fact that they are turning on the ball over and over and over again, because yes, it's that cardinal sin of, you hear it all the time in ranked lobbies. It's like, bro, stop ball chasing, you're ball chasing, blah, 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 you're chasing. But it really is an effective play style as long as you have teammates that are aware that it's happening, because you're so used to the same rotational style of hit the ball, rotate out, hit the ball, rotate out. It becomes so predictable that if you have someone that just doesn't leave the ball alone, they keep on turning and they're smart with their boost, it can really throw off a team that's used to the more cookie-cutter version of Rocket League.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And I think that's what they're doing here is Anti and Fallen are not afraid to turn on that ball. And look at that. Just as we say that, a tie-up with only 10 seconds left. And this is a great turn and some really good play and a great 50 by Anti. Man, Leachy, we might get our wish, man. We might go to a Game 5. I'm crossing my fingers, buddy.
Let's go, baby. 10 seconds left in Game 4. This one's out to the corner. Ball on him. Trying to get this off the wall. Does so. That's a pass. Dangerous as long as Anti can get a touch. He cannot. Mr. Maple, we have overtime in Game 4.
We do have overtime in Game 4. Fallen Autumn's going to win that one, and a slight touchdown by Peyton. But, Anti putting this ball on net, nice. I like what they're doing. Fallen not sitting too close, right? They're being... I wonder, though, with overtime now, this is such an important game. Are the Elite going to become too apprehensive? Because, Yep. Just as I say that, didn't go up for the ball. I think that was Fallen, right? Doesn't go up for the ball, and instead opts to back up in a weird sort of play. And again, Peyton's going to take advantage of that, and they're going to win the series. But, Leachy, winning the series doesn't matter because we're going to play Game 5, right?
We are going to play Game 5. Unique to, well, not totally unique to Minor League Esports, but one of the lovely things about MLE is that we do play all 5 games in the series because, Maple, as you know, as a League Ops member, and I'll let you expand upon that, but every single game matters, especially when it comes down to playoff qualifications. The difference between getting 5-0'd and pulling out a 4-1 against a really difficult opponent, very often one of those games can and has in the past come or made the difference between a team qualifying for playoffs and being left at the bottom of or at the end of the league play season going absolutely no further.
Yeah, you know what? You're totally right about that. And we're getting into these weeks that really matter, right? The last 3 weeks of the season are coming up. We're going to be done after today with all our doubleheader matches and whatnot, all our bye weeks, and now we're going to head in after the July 4th break. We're going to head into some really solid action. But what's going to happen as we get into these last weeks is teams are going to want to play spoiler. Just because they may not make it into the playoffs doesn't mean that they can't prevent another team from making it into the playoffs. I've seen it many times where a team needs to win 2 of their games in their last match, 2 of 5, in order to make it to playoffs, and the other team holds them to a 1-4 or something like that and plays spoilers. So the whole playing a series of 5 instead of best of is hugely and vitally important here in MLE and the way we work our standings, and I absolutely love the importance of every game and how that plays out.
All of that to say, the Elite may have lost the series, but they are very much not done. Every single game counts here. If they make it a 3-2, at the very least, they pull out as positive of a result out of this overall negative result as possible, if you could understand that train wreck of a sentence that I was trying to go on. Peyton.
It made sense.
It did it? Okay, good. We got there in the end. Great demo by Sodomi. Opening things up just a little bit. Ante, ooh, dangerous position there. A slow rotation. Fallen. Ooh, took a bit too long for my liking to get that clear, but luckily for him, that one didn't come in. And then it does, 6 seconds later, courtesy of Sodomi.
Yeah, so Fallen does end up getting that clear, although he hesitates, which made me scrunch up and kind of squeeze everything together, if you could see me. But it was a little bit of a mistouch, I think, by Ante. I don't think that's what he meant to do, and instead we end up seeing that ball in the net, and the demo were up. And this is where the demo want to be, right? We know that the demo were slightly closer. They were maybe 12 games back instead of 20. And that means that with all these divisional matchups, it is quite possible for them to still make it into the playoffs. So the demo here are playing for all the marbles, so to speak, as they try and get this 4-1. And I think that the Elite are trying to play spoiler, because I think that being 20 games back and not winning 5-0 is going to be exceptionally different, Sleegy. Sorry, Leechy, I apologize.
Wow.
Sorry, I apologize. Both of you are amazing guys. But no, I think that's what's going to be important here, is that the Elite, I don't know if they can make it into the playoffs, just kind of the stats that we saw today, but I think that they can play spoiler, and sometimes that is fun in and of itself.
I'll find it in my heart to forgive you at some point, but for now, I'm just absolutely...
I'm sorry, Leechy.
Okay,
you know I love you, buddy.
Focus. We got this. Let's go. Peyton reading the bounce off that back wall like a book printed off of the printer, sitting behind Maple right now. That is goal 2 for the demo.
Yes, you can see my giant printer. It's not a printer. It is a printer, but it's sitting on a file folder cabinet. So it's not a big Xerox machine or something like that. But it is a printer sitting on top of it.
We have too much fun. This is ridiculous. This is supposed to be a
We do have a
professional
lot of fun, don't we?
Oh, almost one for Fallen Autumn. Rotating around in the corner.
You know, Leechy, I'm not going to lie. I don't have a horse in this game. I don't have a specific team that I'm cheering for, but I kind of cheering for the underdog here. I think that Fallen Autumn and Ante have really stepped up their play since Game 3, and I would like to see them take one, just because I think that they've kind of earned it. And I know it's a tough one, and I know that, you know, if they really had earned it, they would have won, but at the same time, I kind of want to see it, man.
I don't disagree. I'm always one for the underdog story. I'm always one for sick dunks that we just saw there by the Elite. Almost one there from Sodomi. Taste of their own medicine. Not quite coming out. Ante. Missing this one. Waiting for a demo player to take advantage, but no semi-risky double commit there for the Elite, but didn't really put them out of position. Sodomi is up. So is Ante. Ante gets the touch. Peyton missing the pre-flip and is now temporarily out of position. Rotating back post, Fallen Autumn can't get the touch, and Sodomi will, won't bang this downfield. Looking for the ground dribble and didn't quite have the acceleration he needed to get it past that Elite defender. As it stands, still a 1-goal lead for the demo as we count down the final 90 seconds or so in game number 5.
Yeah, the demo have switched to a bit of a different style of play. It's more of a trap style of play, right? We see this in hockey and other sports like that, where they're just trying to kind of hold onto the ball and wear that clock down, and it's a tactic that works really well in ones when you've got kind of a 1 or 2 goal lead and you're playing against somebody who's really good. But I think that the Elite can start pushing them really aggressively, and I think if they do that, there's a chance they can win, and it looks to me like that's exactly what Ante is trying to do. So let's see if Fallen's able to help them out, and if they can get another goal, or if indeed the Demo are going to 4-1 this series, which, you know, is kind of what we expected based on what we saw in Paper Leeching.
It is, but God, I mean, the early signs from this series were pointing otherwise, or
Yep.
were pointing in a different direction, and I'm. Oh, Ante, come on, man! Oh, couldn't finish. I wanted it so bad. Didn't quite happen. Sodomi.
No, and
knocking
Ante earned it. Oh,
very much so. Oh, I could not think of a more deserved goal there. What a brilliant fake, but ball just didn't quite have the trajectory he needed. Fallen on him. However, open goal here for the Elite if they can get their act together. No, the Demo excellently executed by Sodomi there to remove the recipient of that pass off the field, and they will knock it back down the other way. Ante, great goal line save. Sodomi turning. Ante with a second save in a row. Peyton trying to turn. They are totally fine. The Demo are keeping the ball in the Elite half because as long as they force them to make mistakes like that, they have it in the bag. Demolition take Game 5, 2-1. The series is theirs by a 4-1 scoreline, and things are looking up for the team in green.
they absolutely are looking up. And you know what? The Demolition played very well this series. And they did adjust, right? In Game 4, we talked about that. They were going to, between Game 3 and 4, we talked about their need to adjust, and they did that. And that is part of the reason that they come out on top. Now, I will say the Elite played, in my opinion, the Elite played better than a 4-1, but I really do think that Peyton and Sodomi there on the demo earned that win. They worked really hard. They controlled that ball more often than just banging it away, which we know cost them a few goals. But at the end of the day, that control, especially at the CL level, is so important, and that is likely why they win, and the Elite don't necessarily come out with the win and with the result that they had hoped for.
Brilliantly said, Maple. Can't say the same for myself. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other side of this break, a little bit of deja vu. Same franchises, different league. We're taking a step down in terms of ability to Academy League. Hopefully not a step down in terms of excitement. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.